What's up, guys? In this episode I'll be featuring a rare Bruce Lee book from 1974, and it's coming right up. What's up, guys? Charles Damiano back from the Bruce Lee collection for another exciting episode of Bruce Lee Show and Tell. In this episode I'll be featuring a rare Bruce Lee book that came out in 1974. When this book came out, I was blown away by it. It came out in both soft copy and hard copy, and I bought it from O'Hara Publications back in 1974 out of one of the black belt magazines where you cut out the little ordering slip, you send in your check or money order, and you wait for the book to come. And I got it in both soft cover. If you guys remember this book, it's called Bruce Lee Memorial Book. It came out in 74, and it's Bruce Lee 1940 to 1973 when he passed away. And again, it came out first printing in both soft cover as well as, and there's a beautiful picture on the back of Bruce in Enter the Dragon. And then a little while later it came out in beautiful hardcover with beautiful gold lettering, the yin yang symbol on this beautiful maroon cover. And I had to get both because I was a big Bruce Lee fan at the time and I was collecting Bruce Lee memorabilia, so I picked up a hard copy, which I think I have 3, and I believe I have maybe 1 or 2 soft copies left. And let me know if you guys have this in your collection. I'd love to hear from you, so please write in the comments below. Let me know if you have the soft cover or the hard cover in your collection, and share it with the group. Let me know if any of you guys are looking for this book. As we flip through it, you'll see how beautiful it was put together. And the whole concept was it was going to be a memorial book on Bruce Lee, put out, like I said, by O'Hara Publication back in 1974. And they really did a beautiful, phenomenal, high quality job with this because the pages are beautiful, high gloss. And here it says, dedication. This memorial issue is dedicated with sincere respect to the members of the Lee family. And that's how the book starts out. And again, the book is a compilation of a few of the Bruce Lee books that came out in the early 70s. Some of the articles that were written in black belt at the time of this famous one that came out in 1971, and they reprinted the articles in this book. They also took the article that Bruce put together in the famous black belt 1967 issue, which if you missed any of these episodes, I featured these 2 magazines on some previous episodes, and if you missed them, I'll include them on the link above so you can watch these episodes where I thumb through these beautiful black belt 67 very, very rare book, as well as the 1971 issue of Black Belt. But for now, let's kind of just flip through this memorial special so you get an idea of the quality and how they put this book together. So again, this was one of the articles that came out in the Black Belt magazine called Liberate Yourself from the Classical Karate. Again, this is where Bruce gives his opinions of what he thought of classical karate. He called it the classical mess and wanted to be bound by no system where he can operate in total fluidity and kind of operate as swift and keen as a cat, as you could see his reflexes in a lot of the films that he put together. Just amazing ability. Here he is sparring with Ted Wong, one of his first generation students, in a good number of pictures. And here Bruce Lee is seen through the eyes of movie personalities. Obviously he's trained Steve McQueen, James Coburn, which was a big fan of Bruce Lee. I put out an episode on Coburn and Lee training together. If you haven't seen that episode, I'll also include that on the link above. It's an amazing episode where you actually see Bruce giving James Coburn a Jeet Kune Do lesson in his backyard. So I'll make sure to include the link so you guys don't miss that. And again, here, beautiful picture of Bruce. Again, other personalities that spoke about Bruce at the time, John Saxon, who obviously was featured with him in Enter the Dragon, as well as Jim Kelly. who I got a chance to meet at a Chilla convention years back before he passed away, and I was able to get him to sign my beautiful 25th anniversary Bruce Lee Enter the Dragon painting, which was put together by Steve Walling, which I put out in another episode, which if you missed that, I'll feature that in the link above as well. Again, as we flip through this, Bruce Lee is seen through the eyes of movie executives, and they give their opinion of what they thought of Bruce Lee. Here he is in a beautiful shot of Enter the Dragon. Here he is discussing probably the silent flute, which never materialized, with Sterling Silliphant and Ted Ashley. Again, Fred Weintraub, one of the producers of Enter the Dragon. Bruce Lee is seen through the eyes of TV personalities. Obviously, he starred with Van Williams and Kato on The Green Hornet, which he did in 1966. And we obviously know James Franciscus because of the famous scenes he did in the movie Longstreet. The first episode was simply amazing, The Way of the Intercepting Fist. I hope you guys got that on DVD or video. It's just an amazing, amazing episode, and a lot of these you can find now on YouTube. So if you missed those, make sure you see those episodes. One of my favorite episodes was the Longstreet Wave, the Intercepting Fist episode, where Bruce sported the red tracksuit, and he just looked cooler than ever in there.
The man who beat you up that night, would he hesitate to gouge out your eyes?
Look, that's his problem.
A bird would, a cat would, without thinking.
I'm not a bird, I'm not a cat, and I do think.
That's your problem. All right, forget about the eye jab. Now, you can sense where my eyes are, right? Relax, relax. Now, that's the eye flick. Side kick. All right, now listen to me. Listen to my movement, okay? Ready? Keep moving, flick, and go. Now, the two motions are both part of one motion. Now, you try it. Faster. A little bit smoother. Well, your head and body are still not one.
Well, when will they get together?
Once more!
Here he is in Enter the Dragon. Bruce Lee, the man, the fighter, the superstar, with a picture of Linda Lee and obviously his kids, Brandon Lee and Shannon Lee. Again, some family pictures of Bruce. A beautiful display of his sidekick in there in color. Some more pictures with Dan Lee, Yip Man, who he studied Wing Chun from. Here he is working out. And this came from the training method books, which came out also by O'Hara Publications. I think there was 4 of them they put out. Training method book number 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then they bound them all together in a hard copy, which I'll feature on another episode. I'll show you the 4 books as well as the hardbound copy, which I have the first printing of, which is again is simply amazing. And here is a beautiful centerfold they put together of Lee from Enter the Dragon, looking lean, ripped, abdominals, big proponent of fitness, as you could see. I think he was one of the few actors at the time to come in ultra lean, ultra ripped back in 1970s, and sporting a physique like this. Prior to that, you really didn't see people who had physiques like this on film other than Steve Reeves and Hercules Unchained, which again are 2 of my favorite movies from when I was a kid and who inspired me to get into fitness and health before I met Bruce Lee. So obviously Bruce had a huge inspiration on my life when it comes to fitness and nutrition and studying martial arts. I'm sure he had an influence on you guys as well. Love to hear the influence he had on your life. For me, it was to get into martial arts, get into fitness, get into health. I studied nutrition in school. Love to know how Bruce inspired you. Please chime in on the comments. Let me know, how did Bruce inspire you, and what did you find so fascinating about the man to have such a big impact on your life? So again, let's keep this fun. Let's keep the channel engaging. Again, beautiful, beautiful magazine. Bruce from Return of the Dragon. Nice color pictures. This is just an incredible book that was put out by O'Hara Publication. Here he is in the mirror scene in Enter the Dragon. Beautiful shot. Bruce Lee is seen through the eyes now of his students of Jeet Kune Do. Obviously, Danny Inosanto, one of the leading authorities now of Jeet Kune Do. He's probably close to 80 years old now, but stayed true to Bruce all these years and was one of Bruce's best friends. Again, Dan Lee. Again, just a beautiful book. There's Bruce teaching Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, obviously in the background. Again, 'Cause 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 'c in the early 70s, late 60s. Ted Wong included in there. Chuck Norris, where he played with Bruce in Return of the Dragon in that famous classic fight scene, probably one of the best fight scenes ever to be recorded on screen, in Return of the Dragon, with Bruce battling Chuck Norris in the Roman Coliseum. There's Bob Wool, who was featured in a lot of Bruce Lee's movies. Mike Stone, Jun Rhee, Bruce Lee's training methods. Obviously they got this from another article and some of the books they put out on Bruce Lee, showing you his fitness regimen, where abs were a big part of his routine. Can any of you guys do the dragon flag? One of the hardest abdominal exercises, in my opinion, in the world, where all you have is your shoulders on the bench, his feet, lower back is completely lifted off the bench. The only person that displayed this on screen was Sylvester Stallone in one of the Rocky movies, where he actually shows himself going through a few of the dragon flag movements, where he was inspired from that by Bruce Lee. So again, Bruce had an influence on a lot of people's lives, even movie stars. Again, beautiful book. Wing Chun, there he is in a 67 tournament. And again, beautiful, beautiful tribute special. Let me know if you have this in your collection. I'd love to know. I have it in both soft copy and hard copy. I have 3 of these. I have 2 of these. If you'd like to pick one up, let me know. I may have an extra one, like I said, that I'm willing to spare. So hope you enjoyed this episode. And if you liked the episode, which I know that you did, please remember to like and subscribe to the channel and comment below. And until next time, Charles Damiano from the Bruce Lee Collection signing out, saying, as always, have fun collecting.